Hey guys, it's Skin Freak, and today we're going to be going over several clips of people actually catching Mews in Pokemon Go, and we're going to be trying to debunk them and find out if they're actually real or if they're just a hoax. Also, if you haven't entered my Pokemon Go Pokeballs giveaway, make sure to do that in the description below. It is a Gleam.io link. All you need to do is subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and leave a comment, and you're going to be entered in that Gleam.io to actually win some free Pokeballs in Pokemon Go. I'm going to be giving away 10 iTunes and Google Play gift cards, so make sure to get your chance to win one by simply following those steps in the Gleam.io in the description below. Now, some of you might say, well, legendary Pokemon aren't in Pokemon Go, like they haven't came out yet. But I do want to show you guys one tweet that actually came from the Pokemon Go News Twitter. And in this tweet, they actually state that the Pokemon Go player who caught Articuno, which is another legendary Pokemon, has had it removed from their account by @Niantic Labs. Now, this is pretty insane because it is basically verifying that someone has indeed caught a legendary Pokemon. So that means that it is possible somehow for people to catch these legendary Pokemon even though they're not already in the game. Now, one thing I do want to point out with many video games is that when they have things that are going to be coming out, such as legendary Pokemon, they're already coded in the game, but they're just not like actually there. So all of the coding for legendary Pokemon are most likely already in Pokemon Go, but they just have it set to basically not spawn them in. So it is very possible that there's some kind of glitch where it just makes a legendary Pokemon randomly spawn in sometimes for someone. And in this case, I'm assuming that's what happened because they're basically confirming that someone did indeed catch a legendary Pokemon, and not only one, but if you read more into the post, it says that they noticed a few legendary Pokemon got into a few accounts when they shouldn't have. And then to preserve the fairness, they basically removed those Pokemon from those accounts. So that's basically proof that it is possible somehow for people to catch legendary Pokemon, even though it is very rare and it only happened to a few people. It did happen, and what's to say that it's not going to happen again? Like maybe tomorrow someone's going to catch another legendary Pokemon, and the only way to tell if these clips and images are actually real or fake is to take a really close look and try to decide for ourselves. So first, we're going to be looking at one guy who claims that he caught Mew in his house. Now, this guy uploaded several screenshots of catching Mew, and right off the bat, I can tell that it's fishy because he is actually uploading screenshots of it and not a recorded video. Now, of course, it could have been spur of the moment. Maybe he saw the Mew, clicked on it, took a screenshot, something like that. Obviously, there is the possibility that he didn't have time to record it, but that just kind of takes away some of the legitness of this post. Now, the few things that do look real in this is that the Pokemon is just kind of sitting there, and it looks like a pretty good 3D image. I actually tried to find this image on Google Images, and I couldn't find any that were like this exact picture. I saw a few that looked similar, but they weren't the exact picture. So if he photoshopped this, he had to have got this Pokemon from somewhere else other than Google Images, or maybe he had someone draw it, or maybe he's like a really good designer himself and he actually designed this 3D model of Mew. Now, of course, the CP is all question marks, and that would be pretty normal if you're catching a legendary Mew. And the rest of this image, you know, nothing looks too fishy. So now moving on to the next image, it says that they caught a Mew. He's seen one, he caught one, the weight is 3.2 kg, the height is 0.3 meters, type is psychic, and then it just kind of goes on describing Mew. And obviously there isn't much you can tell from this page. You can't really tell if this is legit or not legit because it's really just a description of the Pokemon, and even whenever they add Mew in the game, it's probably going to look something really similar to this, so we will never know for sure. Now, the next screenshot we have is of Mew in his inventory. As you can see, it is Mew, and it shows the Mew in his inventory with the 1034 CP. Now, one thing I do want to point out in this image that is thrown off is the text that says Mew. If you compare his name to the other ones, you can actually tell that it is a bit darker of a black. So that means he could have easily photoshopped this and just put the picture of a Mew with the name. And to me, that's a pretty dead giveaway because an app doesn't just mess up and make something darker than it is. Every other name on this image looks exactly the same except for the Mew one. It looks a little bit too big and a little bit too dark. And one thing I want to show you guys is if you look at the E in this letter and you compare it to the E in the Pidgeot, you'll see that the E is a little bit bigger on the Mew and it is obviously a little bit darker. So if this was legit, it would be the exact same size and the exact same color and darkness and everything, and it wouldn't look any different. Next, we actually have a gym battle of Mew fighting several other Pokemon, and as you can see, this looks really legit, and the graphics are really good, and the Pokemon is even moving like it normally would. But once again, like I said, the coding for this Pokemon is probably already in the game, so if someone was able to change the coding, they could have easily just changed their Pokemon to make it look like it was actually a Mew when it's really a something else. Now, a lot of people have been talking about this clip and showing it, and I did some research and I actually found the original person who made this video, and in their post, they actually say that this Pokemon isn't available in Pokemon Go, but they used man-in-the-middle proxies to intercept Pokemon Go traffic and fake the client into thinking those Pokemon exist in the inventory. So the actual person who created this states right off the bat that it is fake, and he simply did it to show what the gym battles would look like and to show what the Pokemon would actually look like in Pokemon Go. Now he goes further on to state that Pokemon faked in this way do not have the special powers of the faked Pokemon, but they do have the fighting animations of the faked Pokemon. He stated that he made this video to demonstrate the fighting animations of each of the legendary Pokemon as they appear in the game at that moment, and he's saying this is what they'll look like when the legendary Pokemon are actually released in Pokemon Go. He also says to note that moves performed by these fake Pokemon are not actually their moves, but the animation to perform that move is actually their animation. So for example, he faked his Snorlax into a Moltres, so you'll see that the Moltres fly around and swing its wings like it should, but then it will perform an Earthquake special move, which is obviously Snorlax's move. And honestly, that is the only thing that looks fake about this video. A lot of people were saying that when people were uploading this, saying that the moves didn't actually match the animations and it didn't really make a lot of sense. And luckily we can confirm here that this video is fake. So we have 100% confirmed fake on this video, and I'm positive the other guy's images were fake, but there's no way to fully confirm that unless he actually comes out and states that. Now the last image we have is of a leaked Mew profile, as if someone actually caught the Mew and was viewing it in their inventory. As you can see, it has a 2769 CP, name is Mew, type Psychic, weight is 3.79 kg, height is 0.45 meters, which doesn't actually match the first screenshots we went over when we saw the images of the guy catching it in Pokemon Go. Now the Stardust is 1900 to power up, which is a bit low, and if we look at the HP, it is a pretty dead giveaway. And looking at the HP, it is a very low HP, it is only an 88 and obviously would be a lot higher. And the dead giveaway that this is fake is at the bottom of the screen. You'll see that it says his special move is Photoshop. And I'm pretty sure that means that this is Photoshopped. So I would say that the second and third clips of Mew are 100% fake, and the first one is just a little bit shady because there's a few things that doesn't add up, such as why did the person not record it, why did he take screenshots, and why did the text not match up with the other names. But I have not lost full doubt. Hopefully someone will catch some more legendary Pokemon. Pokemon Go confirms that it has happened in the past, and it would be really cool if it happens in the future and we can see some more people actually catching and using these legendary Pokemon in Pokemon Go. With that being said, if you guys have any more information on any legendary Pokemon in Pokemon Go, let me know by putting it in the comments below. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like down below. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe so you never actually miss a future video. This has been Skin Freak, and don't forget, stay freaky. I'm Mewtwo!
Nigga, why you babysitting? Only 2 or 3 shots. I'ma show you how to turn it up a notch. First you get a swimming pool full of